Well, howdy do, buckaroos. So, yeah, if yeah. So if you watched me before, you know, sometimes I like, when I see two craft breweries doing a similar style, I like to do a video with them side by side, not necessarily to compare one to the other, but just to mostly look at the different visions that two craft breweries might have for the same style. So what I've got here is the Bare Bones Pilsner from Lost 40 Brewery out of Little Rock, Arkansas. I think the numbers are 5%, 27 on it. Big and bready is the nose. A little peppery as well. Nice black pepper-like notes. Again, big bready malts. Kind of peppery in the finish. It's a little floral and earthy throughout. You can put that down and get to my Stammtisch from Urban Chestnut. I really wanted to look at the differences here because the Stammtisch is designed to be a traditional German style Pilsner from Urban Chestnut out of St. Louis, Mo. And what they do, I mean, they do a Reverence and a Revolution series. This is from the Reverence series, but their home run swing is traditional German styles. So, oh, what are the stats on this? I just went blank. I think it's 5.435. Can't remember if it's 5.335 or 5.435, but it's in that ballpark. The nose is a little bigger on this beer in particular, to be honest. But much of the same types of aromas of, again, big bread malts. It's a little peppery. It's very earthy, a little floral. Very earthy, a little floral is what I meant to say. Wow, yeah, again, the flavors are, wow. Some of the same flavors I got from the Bare Bones, it's just amplified much more in this beer. Again, a lot of big bready malts, some earthy and floral notes, very peppery in the finish. It's just put together beautiful. It's a mix of Hallertau and Strisselspalt hops. It's just beautiful. So some of you might say, well, Tom, by your description, I'm thinking you like the Urban Chestnut better. Well, they're really trying to do two different things. That's kind of the point I was trying to make. One doesn't necessarily have to be better than the other. Both are quality beers. The Bare Bones Pilsner, Bare Bones, the name of it, the name of it might imply that it's meant to be kind of a stripped down or stock version of the style. It's meant to be an American craft version of a Pilsner, while the Stammtisch, by definition, is meant to be a more of a German style Pilsner to start with. So even though I'm looking at two Pilsners, what I have is two beers trying to do completely different things. So to look at them as if they were exactly the same style is doing a disservice to both of them. That's why I hate to give grades on beers. I just think it's asinine. I think it's pointless. And I think it serves no purpose other than to divide. Well, we should just be loving both beers, which is what I am doing at the moment. I have a rather warm 90-something plus day, 100-something plus with the index. I feel my huevos cooking as I sit in this chair. It's so hot. That's when a beer like this kind of hits the spot. Both beers, you know, are, 5%, 5.4, so both are right there. Most are going to say not session strength, but they're easy drinking. They're very sessionable if you don't call 5% session strength. Now, if you want me to dissect both beers, I'm going to say that the Urban Chestnut Stammtisch probably has a little more dimension. There's a little more to it. There's a little more going on, to be honest with you. So, does that make it better? No, not necessarily. Again, it depends on what you're looking for. The truth is, for me, I could be looking for either of these at any given moment. If I want a real traditional German-style Pilsner, and I want to buy American craft, this is what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy the Stammtisch because that's what it is. I mean, that's what it's designed to be. If I want something very easy drinking, something that's going to go down easier than a Tijuana hooker, but I still want it to be a good craft beer, I still want it to have some flavor, then that's where the bare bones comes in. And I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is that both beers have a purpose. Both beers are wonderful. Both beers are quality craft beers. That's why I get so frustrated when I see beer geeks tearing one beer apart to say another one is better. You know, we should enjoy them all and exalt them all. They are all good in their own way for what they do. One does not have to be better than the other. I just really hate that notion. I get tired of seeing threads on social media where this beer's better than that beer, this beer's better than that beer sucks, that beer sucks. Well, they're all good, you fucking ignoramus. They're all good. Enjoy them all for what they are. One does not have to be better than the other. You have to tear somebody else's beer down to give credit to the beer that you like. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Other than that, it is very hot, and a Pilsner really hits the spot. It does. That's when a beer like this is good. I get frustrated when I hear so many beer geeks these days talk about, oh, I don't like Pilsners, Tom. Oh, I can't drink. They don't have enough flavor for me. Well, if that's the truth, you're not trying hard enough. There are some great craft Pilsners out there, and if you don't have the palate to discern some of the subtleties, I think that's really a statement more on you than the Pilsner. I mean, you know, not everything has to be an IPA, people. Let's see, do I got any left in this can? There we go. Let's pour that rather aggressively, get a big ass head going on. And I'll pick up my, I'll move that over there, man. Get that out of the way, get that where you can see it. Gonna rotate shit around a little bit. Oh, the Stammtisch. I gotta tell you, I first had this, oh gosh, 2 years ago maybe at the brewery. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago now. The first time I had it at the brewery, I just thought it was absolutely wonderful. Oh, excuse me. Last year in August, the folks at Urban Chestnut were gracious enough to host myself and a few friends from my son's Pedal the Cause team. Now, we lost our son Seamus to leukemia 3 years ago, but the Pedal the Cause team that was writing for him, you know, still kind of considers him their kid, so we meet every so often. But we met last year on August 11th for his birthday at Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut was so gracious. John Shine, Nate Brinson, and the folks out there were just so wonderful to us. I can never say enough kind words about that brewery. When folks ask, when I know people that are coming to town and they ask about what breweries to hit in St. Louis, of course everybody wants to hit Perennial because they're kind of a craft beer darling, but I always mention Urban Chestnut. You gotta see Urban Chestnut. They are doing some of the best beers on the planet, in my opinion, especially if you love traditional beer styles. If you love traditional German style specifically, if you want to see how a beer is done right, this chain keeps kinking on me. It's irritating the piss out of me, I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, I have Tourette's, and sometimes I get sidetracked by some of this chain. Just keeps kinking on me for some reason. I don't know what. I think it's moisture in the air, actually. But anyways, I got sidetracked, so. Urban Chestnut, one of my favorite breweries. I love the place. Again, John Shine, Nate Brinson out there were so kind to me when we were out there. We met the Pedal the Cause team. Jay Indovino, who runs Pedal the Cause in St. Louis, is an amazing guy. If you ever get a chance to get out there, you need to look up that charity. I love Pedal the Cause because 100% of your donation goes to actual cancer research. You're not paying other people. There's a lot of other worthy charities, I suppose, and there's other places known for children's cancer, but I don't think they're doing what a lot of people think they're doing. It's been my personal experience, and I'm not going to get into that whole thing right now, but if you're worried about children's cancer, if you want to donate to help children's cancer, I think your money is better spent with Pedal the Cause. That's my personal opinion. And that's a damn tasty brewski. So now we'll rotate once again. Do some magical. There we go. By the magic of television. Anyways, yeah, hey, I'm not a beer whisperer. I ran this a little longer than I expected. I didn't expect to go into pellet cause, but I do this unscripted for a reason. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I grab a beer. In this case, I grab 2 beers, and I start the camera, and then what happens, happens. So I want to appreciate folks that appreciate me for whatever reason, man. Lost 40's doing some great stuff out there out of Little Rock. If you get a chance to find them, do, because they're doing some mighty fine brews. Urban Chestnut out of St. Louis, Missouri. They are one of my favorites. The Bare Bones Pilsner, the Stammtisch Pilsner, they both are awesome. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.